For lecture 2, at the beginning, we learn about some Australian regulatory bodies like Australian Securities and Investment Commissions, Australian Prudential Regulation Authority, Australian Financial Complaints Authority. And we would talk about the licensing, Australian Securities and Investment Commissions issued and laser for financial products, and for professional and ethical requirements. We will talk about the code of ethics. There are 4 rules like best interests of clients, conflicts of interest management, client priority rule, ongoing professional development, and for the education requirements for the advisor, planner, and there are 4 they need to achieve, like first, approved bachelor degree and professional year need to be done, like this is for new advisors. And third should be ongoing continuing professional development, and one more is an ethics exam. And for best investment duty, this is called safe harbor, and there are 7 to go. Like identify the client's objectives, financial situation needs, identify the subject matter of the advice the client is seeking, make reasonable investigations, assess the information, base all judgments. Only recommend financial products if they are appropriate after investigation. The last one should be take any other reasonable steps to act in the client's best interests. And for someone who didn't obey these rules, there are some no complaints penalties. From Australian Securities and Investment Commissions, there are some fines or remove or limit the license, ban an advisor, civil penalties, criminal prosecution, and from Australian financial AFCA, like should be compensation awards. And for the differences between retail and wholesale, a person with a bunch of money should be identified as wholesale, and for professional investors also should be like some organizations and banks or something. And about the service provider, disclose important information about the service provider, including who they are and what services they offer. And there are some steps to go. First, the advisor need to know about the client, about the risk assessment, longevity risk assessment, client's objectives and goals, about the life circle theory and the types of goals. And to assessing financial position, need to use financial ratios to assess financial position and habits, and we learn about the exam to go for the ratios. And about the statement of advice and the obligation to prepare and provide, and so it applies to personal advice given to retail clients. It has some page limit like 30 to 50, and the suspicious should be present clearly, consciously, and effectively. And the basis for advice should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rules. Yeah. And for the investment advice, it talk about the strategy and the implementation. To implement the agreed plan, the advisor should make the plan first and also monitor during the act. And the next step is to review the plan, and you also need to along the change during the act. And for fee disclosure statement or 1 year anniversary within 6 days to provide FDS, the fee disclosure statement. And also it needs to include the last 12 months details. And for the opt-in obligation, advice providers need to review their client's agreement and the data on every anniversary, the forward-looking fee arrangement for ongoing service, and the advisors need to stop charging fees if a client declines the fee arrangement or does not accept it within 60 days. Yeah, I think that's all for lecture 2.